Welcome to this deep dive, designed especially for you, someone who likes getting right to the heart of, well, a great sporting story.
Exactly. And today we're tackling a big one.
We absolutely are. We're focusing on the 2008 UEFA Champions League final, Manchester United versus Chelsea.
The first all-English final played out in Moscow, of all places, under some pretty dramatic conditions, too.
Definitely. So whether you remember it vividly or maybe just the key moments, our aim today is to dig a bit deeper.
Yeah, look at how they got there, the crucial moments in the final itself, and maybe some surprising facts you might not know.
Sounds good. So let's jump right in. How did these two English giants end up facing each other on that very wet night in Russia?
Okay, let's start with Manchester United. Their 2007-2008 season under Sir Alex Ferguson was quite something.
Right.
You had this amazing mix, didn't you? Young stars like Ronaldo and Rooney bursting with energy, and then the experience of Giggs, Scholes, players who'd seen it all.
That blend seems key. And they'd already won the Premier League that season, hadn't they?
They had, yeah. Which must have given them huge confidence going into the final stages of the Champions League. Sort of set the stage.
So their European campaign,
Mm.
how did that kick off? Group stages.
Pretty smoothly, actually. They topped their group, Roma, Sporting Lisbon, Dynamo Kiev. 5 wins and a draw. Quite dominant.
Okay, comfortable enough. Then the knockout started.
Yeah, round of 16 against Lyon. That was tighter.
Cool.
Drew 1-1 in France, a tough away leg. But back at Old Trafford, Ronaldo popped up with the winner, a narrow 1-0 victory.
He had a habit of doing that, didn't he? Scoring crucial goals.
Absolutely. That season especially. Then the quarterfinals, they drew Roma again.
Right, faced them in the group stage too.
Exactly. This time, United were pretty convincing, won 2-0 away, Ronaldo and Rooney scoring.
Solid result away from home.
And then finished the job 1-0 at home. Tevez got the goal that time. So a comfortable aggregate win.
Made it look relatively easy.
Yeah.
But the semi-final, that was against Barcelona. Different challenge altogether, surely.
Oh, completely different. You had Messi really emerging then. Xavi, Iniesta controlling the midfield. A fantastic team.
So how did United handle that?
It was very tactical, really fascinating. The first leg at the new camp finished 0-0.
Wow. Holding Barca scoreless at home.
Yeah.
Impressive defense.
Very disciplined performance. Ferguson really set them up well to, contain Barcelona's attack.
And the second leg at Old Trafford.
That's where the magic happened. Paul Scholes.
Ah, yes. The goal.
Unforgettable strike, wasn't it? Long
Yeah.
range, flew into the top corner. Just incredible technique.
A thunderbolt. You don't always associate schools with those, but what a time to produce one.
Exactly. That 1-0 win booked their ticket to Moscow. It wasn't just luck either. Barca pushed up a bit. Scholes found that pocket of space.
Good.
Textbook.
An iconic moment. Okay, so United's path was sealed. Let's switch focus. Chelsea's journey to Moscow. They had a star-studded squad too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Drogba, Lampard, Ballack, Terry. Stacked with talent. Their season had a bit of upheaval, though.
Who so?
Well, Avram Grant had taken over as manager from Jose Mourinho earlier in the season.
Right, that was a big change mid-season.
It was, and maybe their group stage reflected that slightly. It wasn't quite as smooth as United's run. They had Schalke, Rosenborg, Valencia.
Okay.
They got through with 12 points, qualified fine, but perhaps not with the same dominance United showed. Maybe a slightly different style under Grant.
Fair enough. So they qualified. How did they get on in the knockout stages?
Round of 16, they beat Olympiacos pretty comfortably, 3-0 on aggregate, straightforward enough.
Okay.
The quarterfinals against Fenerbahce, though, that was trickier.
Oh, yeah. Turkish teams away are always tough.
Exactly. They actually lost 2-1 in Turkey, put them under pressure for the second leg.
So they needed a result at Stamford Bridge.
They did, and they delivered a solid 2-0 win. Goals from Ballack and Lampard showed their character, really.
Lampard again. Always seemed to pop up with important goals.
Such a key player for them. And then the semifinal, another massive all-English tie against Liverpool.
Always huge games, those. Intense rivalry.
Fiercely contested, as you'd expect. First leg at Anfield finished 1-1. Everything riding on the return at Stamford Bridge.
Nail-biting stuff.
It went all the way to extra time. Chelsea eventually won 3-2. But there is a hugely emotional element to that game, too.
What was that?
Frank Lampard scored a crucial penalty in extra time just days after his mother had sadly passed away.
Oh, wow. I remember that now. Incredibly poignant.
You could just feel the weight of that moment for him. Just immense courage to step up and take it, let alone score.
Unbelievable pressure. So both teams battled through some really tough ties, emotionally and physically, to reach Moscow.
Definitely. 2 very deserving finalists.
Right. Let's get to the final itself. May 21st, 2008. Luzhniki Stadium, Moscow. What was the scene like?
Historic, first off. The first ever all-English final. But the dominant feature. The rain, it was pouring down.
Really coming down heavily.
Relentlessly. Soaked the pitch, made conditions really difficult, unpredictable. Added a whole other layer to the drama. The atmosphere itself was, well, tense, expectant, maybe even a bit surreal, this huge English clash happening in Russia.
You can imagine. How did the match itself unfold on that slippery pitch?
United started really brightly, put Chelsea under pressure early on.
And got the breakthrough.
Yeah, 26 minutes in, Wes Brown, maybe a slightly unlikely source, put in a great cross from the right.
And Ronaldo.
Leapt unbelievably high, textbook header, powered it past Sek, 1-0 United.
Vintage Ronaldo header. How did Chelsea respond?
They dug in, started to get more of a foothold as the half wore on, and then right before halftime, they equalized.
Who scored?
Frank Lampard. Bit of fortune involved, mind you. A shot deflected, fell kindly to him, and he tucked it away.
Right place, right time. So 1-1 at the break. How did the second half play out with the rain still falling?
Chelsea really came into it more, started to dominate possession, control the midfield a bit better.
Any big chances?
Didier Drogba was causing problems. He actually hit the post with a powerful shot, inches away from putting Chelsea ahead.
So close. Must have raised the tension even more.
Absolutely. Neither side could find a winner in the 90 minutes, though, so extra time.
And more drama, I assume.
Inevitably. Tempers started to fray under the pressure, the conditions, and Drogba got sent off.
Really? What for?
A slap on Nemanja Vidic during a bit of a melee. Red card. Chelsea down to 10 men for the final minutes of extra time.
Huge blow for Chelsea right before potentially penalties.
Massive. So 1-1 after extra time. It went to the ultimate test. The penalty shootout.
The dreaded shootout. In the pouring rain on that pitch. Let's break it down.
Okay. United went first. Tevez stepped up. Scored. Calmly done. 1-0.
Chelsea's turn.
Michael Ballack, cool as you like, sent Van der Sar the wrong way. 1-1.
Next up for United. Ronaldo, their star player.
Yeah, he stepped up, and Petr Cech saved it.
Wow. Huge moment. Advantage Chelsea.
Big time. But then things got, well, even more dramatic after the next few penalties were scored by both sides.
Right, it was poised.
It came down to Chelsea's fifth penalty taker, Captain John Terry. If he scored, Chelsea won the Champions League.
The moment every captain dreams of, or dreads.
Exactly. He steps up, runs towards the ball, and slips.
No. On the wet grass.
Slipped as he struck the ball, lost his footing completely. The ball hit the outside of the post and went wide.
Oh, absolutely heartbreaking for him. Unbelievable. The chance to win it, literally slipping away.
You couldn't write it. The look on his face, devastating. So the shootout went to sudden death.
Still level then.
Still level. Anderson scored for United, Kalou for Chelsea, Giggs scored for United, then Nicholas Anelka stepped up for Chelsea.
Had to score to keep Chelsea in it.
He did. He struck it. But Edwin van der Sar guessed right, dived to his left, and pushed it away.
Van der Sar the hero. United win.
Manchester United won the Champions League 6-5 on penalties. Just pure elation for United. Utter despair for Chelsea, especially Terry.
What an incredible ending. The sheer range of emotions in that shootout alone is staggering.
It really encapsulated everything, didn't it? Skill, pressure, luck, heartbreak.
Definitely. Now let's touch on some of those fun facts, or maybe just lingering thoughts that add a bit more color to this final.
Well, we've mentioned the rain a lot, but it's worth stressing again. First final played in such conditions. It wasn't just background. It directly influenced the game, especially the shootout.
Clearly had a massive impact on Terry's penalty.
Absolutely. Also, Ronaldo's goal in the final helped him finish as the competition's top scorer that year with 8 goals. Capped off an amazing individual season for him.
Right, and for United as a club.
This was their 3rd European Cup title, but interestingly, it was the first time they'd ever won it via penalty shootout.
Really, after all their history, adds another layer.
It does. And, going back to Terry, he spoke later about how hard that miss hit him, the psychological side of it. Practicing penalties afterwards, it clearly stayed with him for a long time.
You can only imagine, Captain, chance to win the ultimate prize for your club. The weight of that moment.
Immense pressure.
So wrapping this up, it's clear the 2008 final wasn't just another game. It was just pure theater, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Tacked with drama, incredible skill, unexpected twists, individual brilliance, and yes, moments of sheer agony. It had everything.
A real roller coaster. We hope this deep dive has given you a good, thorough sense of what made that night in Moscow so unforgettable.
Yeah, hopefully you picked up a few interesting details along the way. It really showcased the fine margins in football.
Definitely. And maybe here's a final thought for you to ponder on. Considering how much things like the rain, the slip, seem to dictate the outcome, how much do we think pure chance, those uncontrollable moments, really shape the sporting events we remember the most? Something to think about.